Okay, we're streaming on YouTube. I'm gonna check it right now. Make sure we streaming everything good. And plus, I need to talk on the mic because I'm definitely not talking on the mic. All right, so I should be showing that I'm live. I don't see it. Hold on, let me see if I see it. Okay, I am live. Yay! Yay! I am live. Perfect, perfect. We are official. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. So we're gonna be talking about childhood trauma and long-term effects. We always gonna talk about the message of hope. So don't think it's gonna be like doom and gloom. It's not like that, but it's something that I think a lot of times people don't recognize. Like some things we feel like we do and decisions we make, we feel like it's just on its own, but a lot of times it's stemming from like things happen in childhood. So I'm gonna move this camera a little to the left so y'all can see me. I didn't want to show the door, but there we go. But yeah, I move it this way. Yeah, so yeah, with childhood trauma, it can affect like decisions. It can affect relationships. It can affect a lot of different things. And so to really like be more intentional, when not just saying you have it, really like going through this questionnaire with me. I've never done it. I might have done it in therapy. I haven't done it like outside of therapy, right? Because in therapy they'll ask you all these questions and things to fill out. But yeah, I'm excited to walk through these questionnaires with you guys. Because I think I'll tell you what, before we start praying, I had a conversation with a person in the church, a member of the church that I go to, and we're talking about childhood trauma, right? And she's older, a little older than me, not that much, a little older than me, and she was talking about how it took her a long time to like really go through therapy and really face those things that really affected her in like just life. And it just kind of dawned on me how many times we're being affected, or we're dealing with life like choices and relationships, and where we go to school, or if we go to college, or if we start a business. Even when we start a business, that can be stemming from childhood traumas, right? That we haven't healed from, or we don't even know is there. Like we can just be like, oh, because I'm always quitting. That might be stemming from your childhood. Always give up. That might be stemming. There's things that we don't recognize can really be learned behaviors are because of our trauma. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to look at it. We're going to examine it, and we're going to hopefully inspire you guys to go to therapy. Inspire you guys to do the work and be more intentional with your healing. Because I'm doing the same thing. I just got insurance for my job. Can't wait to kick in. I'm getting back into therapy because I was going to therapy for years. So I'm excited about getting back to therapy because I need maintenance. It ain't even just like one issue I need to deal with. It's just a regular maintenance, a regular check-in for me. Just to keep me focused. And really, honestly, because I'm the kind of person that you can tell, I love to encourage people. I'm usually the person that pours into everybody else. I rarely have safe spaces where I can actually just talk, right? And then not just talk, but also have a space where you can actually get someone that's actually skilled and know how to encourage you in a way where it doesn't hurt you and you're in a safe place. And a lot of people struggle with that. And so, that's why we do the Best You Clinic. But, I always highly recommend therapy. I always highly recommend doing some type of self-help. I mean, of course, we have the Rat Can and Beast, but even other self-help things to really help you kind of process some things. Because at the end of the day, you just don't want to be better in life. You want to be better as a person, mentally, right, emotionally, in every aspect of your life. You just don't want to be better in, oh, well, I got a nice car, but you're broken mentally, right? Well, I got a nice marriage, but you're broken mentally. Like I see that. I see people in in a seemingly successful marriage, but internally they're broken, not happy, right? It happens all the time. And so we're gonna pray and we're gonna get into it. Yay! Okay, we got a lot of people watching, 3 people watching, and then we got one person on or a couple people on. Hey, Vet, thank you for watching. Hey, and so that's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. So we're gonna pray and we're gonna jump into it. Father God, we just thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for the amazing people that decided to come on, God, and just decide to be able to pray, do this inspirational talk, and decided to be linked up to the Best You Clinic, right? It was the Best You to show you. We thank you, God, for this talk. We hope that it inspires everyone. Just name it, man. Sorry, it threw me off because I was looking at my live and it's disabled, and I never disabled my chat, so I don't know why it's my chat's disabled. So I'm sorry. Don't know why that's it. I know I don't remember doing it in the settings. So apologies on that. But you can always go to my Facebook, and if you want to chat on there, I know why. That is so weird. That bugs me because I like the interaction. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this real quick. If I can do it quickly, and try to. I don't know how it got turned off. That's so weird. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know what it would be under. About to see. When people say, it's so funny. When people say it's going to be quick, they'll be quick. Oh, my goodness. I need, hold on. Let me figure this out. Y'all give me like 2 minutes. How to enable. Girl, listen, I believe in Googling. Google it. How to enable chat on YouTube Live. That's crazy. There's no reason why we would disable it. That's wild. That is wild. I don't know. You know what? When they give you directions, it don't never be like clear. It's like go here, and then this is go to settings, just hit the toggle. If it was that easy, I would have seen it already. That's so funny. Nope, I don't see it. Well, darn it. I don't want to take too long. I thought it was gonna be easy. To turn the chat on. Subscriptions, recommend videos, send email. That sucks, yo. I really wanted to chat with you guys. Oh, that breaks my heart. I don't know what happened. I don't remember us turning it off. Okay, that breaks my heart. I have to figure it out another day. So, yeah, that really breaks my heart. So, yeah, go to Facebook if you want to chat, because I won't be able to see your chat live. Let me go back to the YouTube. And again, we'll make sure it get fixed for next time, okay? So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, childhood trauma, right? So I was thinking about this today because, like I said earlier, if you just jumped on, I was talking to a lady at my church, and we were talking about, I don't know how we got on talking about childhood trauma. It's wild to have that conversation at church, right before church started, but we did. And we just talking about like some of our experiences, right? And then I realized, we're talking to her, that we spent a lifetime trying to get healing from childhood trauma. And some of us don't even recognize how big of effect childhood trauma has on our life, right? Oh, got it. Oh, You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. So that's probably what Kelly said. If you say anything about CHILD, they'll disable your chat, and so that's probably what it is. And plus, I put it in the I didn't even know about that. I put it in the description. So that's probably what it is. That's probably why I got disabled. That really stinks. So let's see that. I don't know if it's too late. We're gonna see if I edit that. But that's probably why. Yeah. So that's good to know. I mean, I get it. Trying to protect the baby, so I understand that. So but anyway, I guess it's a lesson learned. I won't put that in the title no more. Oh Lord. I'm old. I don't. I didn't know that was a thing. So, oh, you know what? You right, because it got on here made and it's not made. Yeah, this is totally not how I set it up. I literally said no. Okay, let me re-say this. Yeah, because it's not. Okay, all right. Okay, that's probably why. Anyway, you guys, listen. Laugh at me. You never, I mean, not laugh, but you know how it is. You never know till you do something one time and you're like, oh, okay, this is not what we plan to do. Okay, anyway, so we got that up. Hopefully you'll let me see the chat. But if not, we'll keep it moving. But yeah, so childhood trauma is definitely a big thing. I know that I have a ton of childhood trauma. Just being really transparent with you guys. Oh, it's a lot. I did address a lot of it in my early 20s. I have to kind of face a lot of that. Yep. I think my chat is yep. It's good now. Y'all can go to YouTube. If you want to go back to YouTube, you can stay on Facebook. But YouTube's right in front of me. So I have it live chat up now. Thank you, Kelly, for that. That was a godsend. So, yeah, I know with me, I struggle with a lot of, I'll tell you, just be transparent what I struggle with. I struggle with a lot of depression. I struggle with low self-esteem. I struggle with, I'll be honest, I struggle with, like, trying to do too much. I'm the person that do too much to try to get value, right? I always feel like I always got to jump in and save the day. I tell people it's like the superhero syndrome, right? That comes from the bullying I went through, kind of the hardships I went through growing up, trying to feel love, trying to be accepted, trying to get validation, and it put me in some bad situations, right? Bad connections, bad relationships, places that I probably shouldn't be in, people that I probably should never entertain, because of those traumas, right? And I know when I was younger, I don't know how y'all did with whatever y'all went through. But I know with me, when I was younger, I was big on saying when I grow up, it'll be better. Oh, when I grow up, yeah, I'm gonna live the life I want to live. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna get a woman that's gonna love me for me. Had all these plans, right? All the things I was gonna accomplish. Because I said, only thing I felt like I had to do was be grown. Once I'm grown, I thought I could just walk away from the trauma, right? I thought I could just walk away from all the trauma. But the reality of it stayed with me. It kind of grew up with me. I got grown, the trauma got grown. The PTSD got grown, right? All the issues and the residual effects from the trauma just grew up with me. And I'm like, oh, shoot. it's still stuck, like the gorilla glue girl. I can't even say it. A freaking tongue twister. The girl who glued her hair. It don't move, right? The trauma didn't move. It don't move. It just grew with me, and I'm like, oh heck no, right? And so I think I addressed a lot of it in therapy, and also going to Bible college. Addressed a lot of because we had counseling there too, and with actual people that was actual licensed, which I do recommend. Not always have to be, but I recommend licensed therapy. Our counselor that actually went to some type of classes. It helps. And so I kind of addressed some of my anger problems that was residual effects from my childhood trauma, some of the depression, right? But I really did not know that it affected my decisions, right? I think I just realized, I realized how much impact my childhood trauma made in my life, right? With me, with career, with my career, with who I date, who I married, what church I went to, friends that I had, right? Because it was always trying to get validation. So I put myself in places where I wasn't being treated right. I find myself in jobs where it's unhealthy, toxic. I find myself in toxic relationships, and I'm trying to do so much just to feel love and feel validation, and all that stemmed from my childhood trauma. I didn't know it because I think I'm grown, right? I'm like, I'm grown. I can make all the decisions I want to make on my own. I can just do whatever I want to do, and then realize my childhood trauma was really like infusing my decision making in every aspect of my life. It's the reason why I stayed in toxic relationships way too long. The reason why I did not finish college, even though I finished seminary school. If I tell you how many colleges I have went to, did not complete, from community college to technical schools to university that I have not completed, and a lot of that was stemming from my depression. A lot of that stemmed from my self-esteem. A lot of that stemmed from being overwhelmed because of residual effects, right? Because growing up, just being a little transparent because I feel like it helped. Growing up, I didn't get those "you're smart" speeches. I didn't get those "you're handsome" speeches. I didn't get that. I didn't hear that a lot. I didn't hear that "I believe in you." I heard the opposite a lot of times, and so it made me skittish. It made me believe that I didn't think I was enough, and I think that's what this questionnaire really, really addresses. It really addresses the questionnaire really addresses those issues that really the hone down on asking the right questions, right? And so we're gonna jump into the questions, but yeah, Kelly was saying it seems to follow me like dang, leave me alone. No, for real. Listen, your trauma will follow you like Jason or like Freddy, right? Like it'll trap you in your dreams. Or Jason, like this brother he walked super slow and he always caught everybody. Like he never ran. Bro, the brother never. He had no pep in his step, and he catching everybody. And that's how my trauma was. It's like it didn't matter how fast I tried to run from it, right? It didn't matter. Listen, I tripped. Like every time you watch a movie, like okay, you see them running, and they running fast. Then they run into a tree. And you like, I know you seen that tree. I know you seen that. I know you seen that rope on the ground. I know you seen that lawnmower. And they just trip over and then get caught, right? Which is just ridiculous. And so That's how it is. Like it feel like a horror, you know. Like, oh my God, this is a slasher movie. Like, trauma's really after me. Um, and the thing that you can just outrun it, but outrun it is ridiculous. The thing that you can just move location is not good. I used to think that it don't work. You can move states and still your trauma coming with you, your depression coming with you, your insecurities coming with you. You can dress it up and put nice clothes around it and still be depressed, and the trauma still be there. You can do your vices and cope and your coping mechanisms and have whatever you like, whatever you like. You can do it all multiple times, and it's still your trauma's still gonna be there. And I know with me, man, I would cope. I would cope with my trauma, right? With women, with sex, with perversion, with I don't know if I can say any of these words on here. Um, that was my thing with food, and so everybody has like sometimes you have this coping mechanisms and it don't fix the problem. And so today I really want to just, we're gonna pull up this questionnaire right now. Let me see. Let me switch screens. Well, this is fine. Actually, I'm on the screen because the other screen is. Man, that's too small in that other screen. I got multiple screens. Okay, so let me go back and read this. So I'm gonna read. So it's 25 questions. I'm gonna read them, and we're gonna go through them together. All right. So yeah, you can answer in the chat. That's why I'm move the chat over here. Sorry, I'm playing musical chairs right now because I want to be able to see the chat while I'm going through the questions. All right. It's good having multiple screens, and you gotta put everything on the appropriate screen. Okay, there we go. Sorry, y'all. I hate blowing my nose on camera. All right. But we're gonna push through regardless. We ain't letting nothing stop us. I'm not gonna. That was bad. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna quote him. That man right there. But so the first question. This is like I said, a childhood trauma test. All right, it's what some therapist use. Okay, so when I was growing up, I heard my family say hurtful things to me. Do you agree? Do you agree? You can post if you agree. You can just to yourself agree. But I'm gonna read again. When I was growing up, I heard my family say hurtful things to me. Totally agree. A lot of times. I felt at times where it, like I said, it might just be my perspective as a child, but I felt I was getting more hurtful things said to me than love. And that just no slight on my family, no slight on my parents. It's just my reality, it's my truth. I really felt like I had more hurtful things said to me than loving things. Okay, somewhat agree, yeah. So we're gonna go to the next question. Next question is: when I was growing up, I felt my parents wish I was never born. I disagree with this. For me, right? But your situation might be different. Not a wrong or right answer. For me, I don't feel that. I don't feel like my parents wish I was never born. But I do. I've heard parents say that. I heard parents say that, call their kid a mistake. When you do that, that's pretty much saying you wish they was never born. You a mistake. We didn't plan you. This not what we wanted. The kid didn't have a choice in it. He woke up one day here. And I feel like it's not a mistake because you chose. You know what I mean? I don't say like now. There's situations that are definitely a mistake because against your will, not having consent. Well, it's two consensual adults. Then it's not a mistake. It's what happened. You put, you put flour, water, egg, whatever how you make a cake into an oven and it come out a cake, don't get mad. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's what can happen. You know, it's you might not plan it, but I mean you just bake the cake now. I'm not a parent, so I have horrible allergies, but it is what it is. But yeah, so but I'm just saying like when people say, "Oh, you're a mistake," or calling a kid a mistake, that's pretty much saying that you wish they was never born. It's kind of the same, and not exact, but it's kind of the same energy, and it's definitely hurtful and definitely traumatic. All right, so we on number 2 now. We gonna hit number 3. Like y'all don't know how to count 1, 2, 3. I'm wild. Was touched in a or essay. Just said it essay. I almost said or essay. This is big in homes, um, where you have been abused in that way, and I definitely. I mean that's oh a lot of people have high percentage of men and women, women and men have dealt with that, and that definitely affects relationships. That I mean that it affects so much stuff. You don't feel safe. When you don't feel safe, man, it just man it really affects you. All right, so we're gonna go to the next one. Uh, when I was growing up, was emotionally abused. I definitely was emotionally abused. 150%. Um, it was a lot of arguing. It was a lot of just mean words every day. It was emotionally abusive. It was emotionally exhausting. You know, and I had to try to tune it out, or I had to try to act like I didn't hear it, and it was so damaging. And I just wanted to stop. I wanted it to stop, and I'm dealing with that at home, and then at school I'm getting bullied, and then at church I'm getting bullied, and I didn't have a safe place, so I definitely was emotionally abused. It was definitely difficult for me. So yeah, y'all answer that question. Sorry if I get a little emotional. It's just it is what it is, man. We're going through these questions because we have to reflect. Um, yeah, sometimes it's good to reflect. It's good giving people tips and tips. I'm about to say tricks. I ain't getting about no tricks. No tips and like different ways to get free and encourage yourself. But sometimes you gotta reflect. Okay, no, before you disagree, that's what's up. Hey, that's a good thing, right? Yeah. Okay, when I was growing up, I was hurt if I didn't do something, essay or whatever. You know what I'm saying. Never had to deal with that, which I'm glad. But I know a lot of people that have dealt with that. And again, that breaks my heart when somebody's doing an essay in a family. Yeah, that breaks my heart. Okay, next one. When I was growing up, I was hit badly enough for others to notice. Oh yeah, definitely agree with this. Um, I had a couple of bad moments. Definitely get some medicine. I had a couple of bad moments. Definitely left some marks. Yeah, kind of rough. Uh, people emotions get out of whack, and people just stop caring. And sometimes we I will tell you this. This is a conversation I have with men. Men think women are more emotional, but then men don't want to admit when they have anger problems. That anger is an emotion. And when you're a man and you're breathing your kids, are you screaming and yelling and terrorizing your family? That's still emotions. And I'm just throwing it out there, man. I of course I'm a man myself. I definitely love men. I definitely didn't come out right, but I respect and love men. Um, no, I'm an advocate for men, but we have to address our anger issues. We have to address our tempers because some of us, not all of us, some of us are terrorizing our family and our kids. We're terrorizing them. We're terrorizing them, and we're breaking our families. and we have to recognize that anger is an emotion, and we got to stop telling women they're too emotional and they didn't get checking their emotions, but we have anger problems and we're violent. We have to stop that. I'm not all of us are not like that, but there's some that are, and I ask you to work on that. I ask you to acknowledge that is emotional, and that's something that you need to manage. Amen. So I just feel deeply about that because there's so many kids that grow up in homes that are being like verbally and physically abused, and we don't call it emotions. It is. All right, I went back. Now I'm supposed to go to the next. Oh no. So I don't know if you have asked that. Okay, well, good. Okay, you got a lot of disagrees. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, when when I was going, I was taken care of. Do you agree that you was taken care of? I was. I was. I didn't go without eating, clearly. Been big all my life. I ain't go without eating, life since I was on. I was taking care of in that aspect. Hey Herbert, thank you for watching. And amen to that, right? So next one, okay. When I was growing up, I experienced. Okay, I'm getting one from that one. SA. Okay, when I was growing up, I felt hated by my family. Okay, I don't feel. Let me break this down. I'm gonna answer for me, and then y'all answer. Either in the chat or if you don't feel comfortable, answer. Among yourself. I felt growing up that I was hated by my family. Now I don't feel that way, but then I did. I did because of comments that were said, things how I was treated at certain times. I felt like majority of my family did not like me and just kind of put up with me. I always felt like I was in the way. Get dismissed. I was always have to be quiet. I couldn't talk. I wasn't allowed to do hardly anything. I was told that only friends I need is my parents, and that's it. And I'm not saying this to throw dirt on anybody. I'm saying this to help you guys because in my transparency, I'm going to be transparent on everything, but the little things I am transparent on, I hope that it helped you kind of reflect in your own life, right? Because we've heard these things. And we got to take the power out of it, right? And, yeah, that's why I struggle with making friends because my parents told me I don't have no friends. I don't need no friends but them. Um, and they struggle. I struggle with that. I struggle with loneliness. I struggle with not fitting in because of it. It did a number on me. Y'all did a number on me for a long time. So yeah, definitely felt that. Okay, okay. So you agree with 7 district? Okay, cause we on 9 right now. So okay, so 9 is I had skipped the couple of essay ones. So um yeah, so we on 9. Let's go to 10. When I was growing up, I felt that someone in my family looked. I felt that someone in my family looked out for me. Yeah, I mean, I felt like my sister really did. To a certain extent, she really did look out for me. Without her, I think I would have. I probably wouldn't be here. Be honest. There was some planning of doing some things that I will make sure I won't be on this earth. If it wasn't for my sister looking out for me at times, I would have. I would have did it for sure. A pretty high percentage I would have did it if it wasn't for her. Because she's the closest one to me, and she would like take me to a choir rehearsal with her. She would spend time because I was really alone because I didn't have a choice to be. My parents didn't really interact with me like that, so she was kind of like the person for me that kind of helped me. You know what I mean? Looked out for me. But I don't know where I would be right now. That's just the honest truth. And so, yeah, I'm glad I had that. So, it might be somebody different from you. Okay. So we're going to number 11. Number 11 is was taken to the doctor when needed. Yeah. And they didn't play that, you know. They definitely took me. I mean, now I needed to go to the psychologist. I mean, they took me one time, but didn't keep going, and I should have. That would have helped a lot. But medically, yeah, yeah, they took me to the doctor. I broke my back and broke two vertebrae. I'm always doing something. God, man, bro, like what's so crazy? Before that, I never even sprung an ankle or I never broke an arm or nothing. And then the first injury I have, I break my back and two vertebrae in my neck. And I'm in a neck brace. That's the first. Every time I'm like, I've been durable this whole time. And now, all of a sudden, all this happens. Crazy. In a neck brace, I go to school, get bullied. How fun was that? Wonderful. But yeah, they took me. I was in hospital for like a week and a half. That was fun. But yeah, they definitely took me to the doctor. All right, cool. So we at 11. Y'all staying with us? I know I'm so ghetto, keep blowing my nose, but I ain't trying to be all looking crazy on this live. So 12. Okay. So I'm not gonna say this word, but it's pretty much SA. All right. So 13. And listen, if you have been SA, that definitely is traumatic. Definitely. Okay. So when I was growing up, I felt that my family was a source of strength for me. No, not for me. I didn't get strength from my family. I didn't get strength from. No, I didn't really get strength. No, looking at it, no, not really. My sister maybe a little sometimes, but man, I ain't gonna lie, I just lived in my imagination. There was a lot of times I had to just disconnect just to stay sane. Yeah. So I can't even say I got strength from them. I got broken from them a lot, but not strength. And I don't can speak for and it's on my truth. Of course, they probably say something different, but my truth is, yeah, I didn't get no strength from them. Yeah, no, for real. That's why I struggle with strengthening myself because I didn't get it from them. And so I probably read my Bible stuff, but I got a little bit from the Bible. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you're going through so much, like in your life, reading the Bible, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but you be like, man, these stories happened years ago. I'm struggling now. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, you're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, of course, reading the Bible is good, but that should be your only time you feel strength. That should be the only time you try to feel safe. It's when you have to read the Bible. You know, like you should be able to feel safe and feel strength in your family. You know what I mean? Like especially as a child. Like, come on now, that's wild. All right, so I think I went back on it. Oh no, this is another question. Sorry. This was similar to the other question, but it's totally different, but similar. I'll read it and you'll understand why. When I was growing up, I was hit hard enough that I needed to see a doctor. I wasn't. I mean, it was some crazy stuff, but I wasn't. It wasn't. Nah, man, I was a tough cookie. You know what I mean? I got hit like in my, the fatty parts of my. But yeah, sometimes I got hit in my arm. I didn't go. Be honest, I just didn't go. You know, it wasn't like real like I had to get stitches and nothing, but it was some bruises. But I didn't go. You know what I mean? Back then they just treat it and tell you that you be all right. Walk it off. No, but yeah, some people have, Okay, you disagree on that one. We going to 15. When I was growing up, I was hit hard enough to leave bruises. Definitely got bruises. Yeah, definitely happened. more than once. Switches, brooms, heels, metal pole, yeah, stuff like that. So, it's listen. I know it's probably why I'm being transparent like this, but at the end of the day, it's like the victims of abuse or the victims always feel like they have to not say nothing. I think that's a problem. Um, I'm not saying to everybody. I know I'm on live, but I'm doing it to help people. Because of my platform. But no, I think you've been victimized in some way. You need to speak to therapists and not be afraid to like share it. Like for real, for real. I ain't saying share it publicly, but share it to somebody because man, it's a lot to hold in. I'm just being transparent to hopefully help somebody else. So I hope you realize I'm trying to do as much taste as I can, but at the end of the day, it's my truth. Okay, so when I was growing up, I felt that I was made to feel important by my family. No, not at all. Not at all. Mm-mm. Important, no. I was told I was adopted. I was told my parents didn't want me. I was told a lot of other stuff. Was not told that I was important. Far from it. I was told to shut up, sit down, stay out the way. You know how old parents do. Seen, not heard. Yeah. I never felt like they was excited for me to be around. I always felt like I was like in the way all the time, even in my own home. So I would just stay in my room all the time because that's the only place I felt like safe. So, yeah, okay. Well, at least you got that. You got up to 16. Now we're at 17. Have parents who were drunk or high. I never experienced this. My parents were saved and sanctified by the time I came around, so I never experienced anything other than like that. So that's just not my experience. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that could be. Yeah, I mean, shoot, you can say our childhood traumas that's not linked to your family. Yeah, school bullies, like it's a lot. No, for sure. All right, so when I was growing up, I experienced physical abuse. Yep, 10 for a good buddy. Yep, 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 yep. And we call it discipline. And then, nah, some of it was just abuse. Some of it was just out of anger. And was no explanation, just getting whooped. So definitely on that for me. That's 18 definite. Okay, 19. When I was growing up, I felt loved by my family. No, not at all. I felt tolerated at best. Love, no. Oh man, that addiction looks different for everybody. Yeah, it's not always like people think it's like the street drugs, but it's like other stuff too. Yeah, addiction is addiction. It's still addiction. Yeah, so yeah, that has to be hard. That's definitely a dark time for sure. So no, I didn't feel love by my family. Not growing up. Now it's a different story, but growing up, no. Um, and I'm just talking about there's some individuals that I felt they loved me at moments. So I'm not saying that, but overall, no, negative. Not how I felt. Not growing up. 20. When I was growing up, I wore dirty clothes. Nah, my parents they had it. That's one thing. They're not gonna let their kid come out looking crazy. They're not gonna do that. Not if they know what I'm putting on. It's not gonna happen. They're not. No. You know. So, y'all answer the question. Y'all still with me? Uh, when you was growing up, did you have to wear dirty clothes? You was spoiled, yeah. All right, we at 21. When I was growing up, I felt close to my family. Not at all. I felt like an alien. I felt like an alien. I felt like I didn't belong. I was told that I should have been born in another family. I felt like I didn't belong at all. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was not a good feeling. So no, I didn't feel close. I didn't feel close to nobody. Not really. You know, I had a couple of friends. I felt close to them to a certain extent, but not really because, like, they wasn't really consistent friends, and they would still, like, talk about me too at times. So I got bullied a lot. So I didn't feel close. I didn't feel close to anybody. To be honest with you. Not growing up. To my sister, like I said, we had moments where I felt close to her, but we argued a lot too. You know, some siblings. You're not siblings, though. So how many people grow up and feel real close to their siblings? No. They be arguing with them all the time. So I didn't really feel that close to any of my family like that. Just to be honest with you. My truth. Okay. Number 22. We getting through these questions. Was made to perform essay stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wasn't. Hope you guys wasn't either, but it happens. That's why the question asked, because it's a big issue in a lot of families. That essay stuff is wild. Like, it's people really be going through, men and women, and it's sad. So, did not have enough to eat. I had plenty to eat. This 23. I had plenty to eat. I ate too much because that's when I felt loved when I ate. I felt happy when I ate. And all the depression, all the low self-esteem, and everything else I was dealing with. Boy, one thing I felt good when I ate. Ooh, man, when I ate them biscuits and gravy and that syrup and that fried fish. Ate way too much because that's how I cope, man. That's what made me feel good. So I definitely didn't have an issue with eating. That wasn't my truth. I might have been somebody else's truth. No, they talking about whoopings. They would try to starve me. We met. It been a whole different story. But nah, I never dealt with that. All right. It was 24. When I was growing up, I was punished with hard objects. Yep, 10-4, good buddy. It wasn't a lot of physical stuff. It was a lot of verbal stuff. But it was some physical. But yeah, it was a lot of verbal things. A lot of verbal. But yeah, definitely agree with that. When I'm punished with hard objects. 25. This last question. When I was growing up, I was called names by my family. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I've called names too. Don't get me wrong. I had anger problems because I was hurt. So I cussed them out before. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. No, and because they thought it was crazy, man. They thought I was on drugs. They just said a lot of crazy things and never did drugs a day of my life, ever, like never. And yeah, they just it was weird. It's like they thought the worst of me, and like I was a hurting teenager, kid being bullied, not feeling safe at home, and the first thing you think is I'm on drugs. What about I'm depressed? What about I ain't gonna say, what about I want to self-harm myself? What about I'm in a dark place? What about I'm not getting the support and the love? But you just use drugs as an excuse. Oh, he gotta be on drugs. He gotta be this, he gotta be that. Really? No, bro, like that's the problem. Y'all so caught up in trying to find out if I was on drugs instead of find out why am I so angry? When you're in a house of people fussing daily, like it's Armageddon to me as a kid. Oh, I don't know why he angry. Duh. What you think? And that's what I'm saying. Like We gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop putting labels on on kids, and then we grow up and we still carry those labels, right? We still deal with that. So that was the listen. I just first time I went through these type of questions. Listen, it rocked me. I ain't gonna lie. A couple of these questions kind of. I was like, okay. Let me hold the tears back. So you think about that. We went through 25 questions, right? Reflecting. So you think about it. If you haven't intentionally tried to heal from those things, do you know that it's still ingrained in you? Your decision making is ingrained in you, is affecting how you show up for yourself. It can be affecting how you show up in a relationship. It can be affecting your investments, your career moves. You know, because I've been fighting that because I had to realize like, oh shoot, all the stuff I've dealt with growing up doesn't outgrow those traumas, right? And so, I didn't want to go too long today. I know I actually did, but I wanted to just kind of not give you some 5 tips on how to be free. No, I wanted to just have a reflection day. Let's reflect on our childhood. So let's reflect on what we've been through. Because a lot of us don't deal with our traumas because we didn't realize we had trauma. Because we call it, oh, this is how my family is. You know, and I was, because we did this is how my family just got a temper. That's toxic. My family just like that. They just aggressive, toxic. We just be saying stuff. We just be saying stuff and we don't realize the damage and the negative effect that has on us. So we don't seek help because we think, we think this is regular. I just got abused. It happens. No, man, go get help. He kicked me. Go get help. You know, they called me ugly and fat. Go get help. You know what I mean? And even like she said, Kelly, it can be outside of your home, at school, and just thinking it's gonna go away. No, you gotta go to therapy. You got to sit down and work and process through it, because it might still be affecting. Like I know, listen, I've been bullied bad. I mean, I, you know what? 80% of school I don't remember. I remember very few people from school, and I remember very few moments. Everything else I have literally blocked out. It was that bad. I don't remember. There's people that come to me this day and ask me, "Hey, you remember me in school?" And they'll show me pictures of them when they was a kid. They'll tell me who they are, their name. I don't remember at all. I remember we had class together. I don't remember. I blocked it out because every class period I was getting talked about. Somebody was calling me ugly, fat, big lip, roach, blackie. I'm saying this not to offend you, but I'm saying this to take the power of it. I'm tired of. It's like, man, why does the bullies have so much power over people? It's just like the N word, I'm taking the power out of it. But no, it was crazy, man. Like I did not like school at all. Oh my. But I didn't graduate because I had to get my GED because I was homeless my senior year in high school, and that's a whole nother story that I do not want to get into right now. I was homeless, and they asked me, do you want to go back? Nah, man. So you can graduate? I don't care. Let me get my GED. I want to get out. I can't stand. I can let me stay another year so I can get bullied. Like every period, I can't walk the hallway without somebody calling me fat and big lip and too black. It's like people go out their way to find me. It's like y'all got a target on my back. No, man, I'm not going. No, man, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I was ready to go. I said, no, let me go and take the GED. Let me get up out of here. I do not want to come back. And so I get what Kelly's saying. And, people don't realize the effects of bullying and all that. So, man, listen, I'm so excited. I did therapy for about 7 years. straight. I'm getting back into it though because I need some maintenance. Because you got childhood trauma, and then you have sometimes you heal from stuff, and then it get reopened. Like you be like good, and then something break you again in that spot. Cause guess what? You still got family. You grew up with your family still. The family dynamic still be there. It still be. Sometimes it don't change. Sometimes it does. But sometimes you hear from something and that room get reopened. And so that's why I'm like, you know what? I'ma just for me, I think for the rest of my life, I'ma just go to therapy once a week. And not when something bad's going on, just honestly for maintenance of me and having a place that I can really just sit down and talk over some things that I'm dealing with and feel and be in a safe place. And that's really why I'm pushing this Best You Clinic, because I'll be honest with you guys, was the goal. Was I wanted a place where you don't feel judged, right? You don't feel awkward, because I was always the awkward kid. Like I was always the kid that didn't fit in. Like nobody really wanted to hang with me. I was always that awkward kid, right? That underdog, and I want to make Best You Clinic a clinic where doesn't matter how you look, don't matter like if you got that name brand clothes on, don't matter if your hair is gray like mine's, or if you got pretty hair, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter if you got 2 teeth or all your teeth. That you'll be able to come into the Best You Clinic and you'll get loved on, you'll be encouraged, and you know that you're not alone. And that's at the end of the day, that's all. I get church, and I'm not against religion and church, but like the message of when you get to heaven, life gonna be good, man. No, I want life good now. I want to enjoy the little life time I have on this earth, to be happy, to be in healthy relationships, to have healthy connections, to not be broken, right? I don't want to be like when I get to heaven. Like I don't want to live on hell on earth. And like if you already spent years being depressed and bullied, you don't want to be grown and still do it the same. My therapist literally told me, like, do you want to still do with the same issues you dealt with your whole life? You want to just keep doing it now? No. Get me out of here. I'm ready for peace and love and happiness. And so, guys, this is the Best You Clinic. I want to be more of a reflection Sunday. And I think we have achieved that with the questions, because I almost had waterfalls. So hope it helped everyone. Lucky it impacted my life. So what I want y'all to do is keep sharing and liking and commenting on our content. We get people to watch live, and we do get them, and we appreciate the ones we do get, but we rarely get people to go back and like and follow our YouTube page. We rarely get actual comments on our content. And my goal is to get this to as many people as possible. I'm not trying to make rich. I don't care about that. And I ain't trying to be poor either. But I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to, someone that's going through depression might listen to one of the videos and be inspired to stay in the fight a little longer, to don't give up, And that's what it's about. I want to just make an impact. So go to www.thebestyouclinic2025.com to see what we do, what we all about. Our inspirational shirts, the God Got My Back, even the rolls, the other gear that we have, which is inspirational. It's just, it makes you remember God and makes you remember to love others. Dream Girls shirt is a fantastic shirt that Kelly even has. And that's why they want to inspire women to know that they're dream girls, right? That they're a dream. They're somebody's dream. And just inspire love. And that's the goal. So, support us, love us. We'll support you and love you. We got some great things coming. We are going to have our Wednesday night, Wednesday bash to get us through the week. So we're looking forward to that. I am going to be doing another spiritual life teaching. Actually, this Friday, because I had prayer last Friday. So this Friday, this Friday will be at 8 p.m. So y'all check it out. I'm going to get ready for it now. And I can't wait, because it's going to be good. The last one was so good. right, Kelly? And so, yeah, we see y'all then. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting us. We're going to pray. We start off with prayer. We're going to end with prayer, okay? All right, let's go. Father God, we thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for your amazing hand. We thank you for this moment of, like, us going through things, right, and dealing with traumas and childhood traumas, and us reflecting and us going through the questionnaire together to know that we're not alone in this, that we all deal with some type of traumas, and we're going to walk through this together as a community. God, I thank you for the people that decided to just listen and be connected to us, and hope they be inspired. I really hope their life will be changed, God, for the better, God. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, guys, y'all have a beautiful night. I am tired, but I pushed through because I love you guys, and I just want the best for you, and I want the best for us. All right. Bye.